Good morning. It's April 23rd, and this is your daily brief in science. Here's everything you need to know. In a significant move to ensure food safety, the Indian government has launched a comprehensive testing campaign on spice samples from all manufacturers across the country. This action comes in response to concerns flagged by food regulators in Singapore and Hong Kong about the presence of ethylene oxide, a known carcinogenic pesticide, in powdered spices. The Food Safety and Standards Authority of India is spearheading this initiative, focusing on brands such as MDH and Everest, both of which have faced recalls in the mentioned international markets. Singapore and Hong Kong's authorities have raised alarms, prompting the recall of certain spice products from these major brands. Despite these recalls, both MDH and Everest are standing firm on the safety and quality of their products. Everest, in particular, has clarified that the ban in Singapore and Hong Kong pertains to only one of their 60 products, which is currently under examination. Ethylene oxide's status as a banned substance in Indian food items has led the Spices Board of India to investigate the international recalls further. With the government poised to take stringent action against any violations found, the industry and consumers alike are awaiting the lab report, expected in about 20 days. In the meantime, the public is advised to stay vigilant about product recalls and to adhere strictly to food safety guidelines, ensuring the well-being of consumers is safeguarded in light of these developments. In a major push towards renewable energy and climate change mitigation, President Joe Biden has unveiled a $7 billion investment in solar projects designed to benefit over 900,000 households in low- and middle-income communities. This initiative not only aims to make clean energy accessible to more Americans, but also to significantly reduce the nation's carbon footprint. The funding, sourced from the Inflation Reduction Act, is earmarked for the EPA's Solar for All grants. It's projected to save each participating household around $400 annually, amounting to a collective saving of $350 million each year on electric bills. Over the next 25 years, this initiative is expected to avoid 30 million metric tons of carbon pollution, marking a significant step towards the United States' climate goals. In addition to the financial savings and environmental benefits, this program is part of the broader American Climate Corps initiative. President Biden highlighted the importance of engaging young people in the fight against climate change and building a resilient, clean energy future. This focus on youth involvement aligns with Biden's efforts to address environmental concerns while also engaging a key demographic in the lead-up to the upcoming elections. The administration's commitment to environmental sustainability and clean energy is further underscored by the announcement of new pollution standards for power plants. The EPA has released 4 final Clean Air Act rules aimed at curbing climate and pollution from fossil fuel generation. As the world celebrated Earth Day, with this year's theme being Planet versus Plastics, the Biden administration's announcements resonate with the global call for environmental action. The goal of reducing plastic use by 60% by 2040 emphasizes the urgent need for sustainable practices. For those looking to participate in Earth Day initiatives and contribute to a healthier planet, visiting earthday.org provides a gateway to involvement. This comprehensive approach to tackling climate change, from solar investments to pollution standards and plastic reduction, highlights a pivotal moment in the United States' environmental policy. In a groundbreaking discovery, NASA has identified 13 strains of Enterobacter buchandensis on the International Space Station, revealing not just their survival, but their evolution in space. This finding marks a significant moment in understanding how bacteria adapt to extreme environments, such as those found in space. The strains discovered exhibit a worrying trend: an increased resistance to drugs and a robust ability to thrive under the harsh conditions of space, including microgravity, radiation, and elevated levels of carbon dioxide. This adaptability raises questions about the potential health impacts on astronauts, though it's currently unclear if these bacteria have negatively affected their health. NASA has taken preventative measures to mitigate any potential risks. Enterobacter buchandensis, a bacteria associated with the human digestive system, is known to cause infections, especially in infants. This connection to human health makes the discovery all the more pertinent, The bacteria's mutations observed in space, while potentially not a significant threat to the global population on Earth, underscore the unknowns of space microbiology. The implications of these findings are vast. There are recommendations for NASA to establish an astrobiodefense unit, especially as the agency plans to replace the ISS with multiple stations in the future. This proactive approach aims to safeguard against the potential impact of mutated space microorganisms on a larger population, marking a pivotal step in preparing for the microbial challenges of extended space exploration. In a world grappling with the impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic, recent studies shed light on its effects across different sectors of healthcare and society, revealing both challenges and resilience. At Amiens University Hospital in France, researchers discovered that the management of head and neck cancer patients remained largely unaffected by the pandemic. This finding aligns with previous studies, indicating that non-surgical treatment delays stayed within expected ranges, despite the global health crisis. Furthermore, the study highlighted ongoing healthcare disparities and the dynamics of infectious disease spread. In a related vein, French healthcare workers reported significant struggles with sleep hygiene and mental health during the pandemic. These findings underscore the critical need for enhanced sleep health and well-being strategies for frontline workers. Meanwhile, an international study focused on Bolivia and other Latin American countries examined the varied implementation and impact of COVID-19 policies. The research pointed out the complex interplay between public health measures and political factors, emphasizing the diverse outcomes of these interventions. On a more hopeful note, a study led by Johns Hopkins Children's Center revealed that children aged 5 and under experienced only modest delays in developmental milestones due to the pandemic. Analyzing data from over 50,000 children, researchers observed slight declines in communication, problem-solving, and personal social skills, yet motor skills remained stable. The study, funded by the Johns Hopkins Population Center and the National Institute of Child Health and Human Development, suggests a remarkable resilience among the youngest in our society. Despite slight increases in caregiver concerns, the short-term implications appear reassuring. However, the importance of ongoing developmental surveillance is highlighted, given the uncertain long-term effects of the pandemic on children's development. A groundbreaking study has unveiled a shift in how middle-aged and older adults view the onset of old age, suggesting a more optimistic outlook than previous generations. This research, published in the American Psychological Association's Psychology and Aging Journal, draws from the extensive German Aging Survey, which spans over 25 years and includes responses from 14,056 participants. It highlights a significant change in perceptions of aging, likely influenced by advancements in healthcare and increased life expectancy. The study reveals a gender difference in perceptions of aging, with women on average believing that old age begins later than men do. This finding adds an interesting layer to the discussion on how aging is viewed across different demographics. Moreover, the research connects attitudes towards aging with physical and mental health outcomes. Specifically, it found that positive views on aging are linked to better cognitive performance and longer lifespans, whereas negative perceptions are associated with higher levels of stress and greater health risks. Lead researcher Anna Cornat emphasizes the importance of fostering a realistic yet positive attitude towards aging. She advocates for the significance of maintaining both physical and mental well-being as individuals age. This perspective not only enhances individual quality of life, but may also contribute to societal views on aging. While the study offers valuable insights within the German context, it acknowledges the variability of aging perceptions across different cultures and countries. This calls for further research to explore how these views might differ globally and what factors influence them. The findings from this study not only shed light on changing perceptions of aging, but also underline the potential benefits of positive attitudes towards aging, both for individuals and for society at large. This has been your Daily Brief in Science. To read more about these stories, follow the links in the episode bio. You can also subscribe to these updates via email at www.brief.news. For more daily podcasts about the topics you love, visit brief.news/podcasts. Tune in tomorrow. We'll be back with everything you need to know.